So I think I need to use my planer today. I better go get it. Oh. Oh, holy shit. This is heavy. Oh. They say it's portable, and it is, but it's sure hard to use. I think it needs a cart. So the first step in building my planer stand will be to slice up the plywood I'm sitting on. Typically I've used a table saw to do this in the past, but always struggle feeding the larger sheets through. So this time I'm going to try using a guide and my hand saw, and we'll see how it goes. We're going to aim for 18 inches wide plus 5 or 10 mils so I can shave it down to the exact dimension later once I have it into smaller pieces that fit into the table saw. So let's line this up and give it a try. So to frame out the cart, underneath the top where the planer will sit, we'll have a 2x4 frame, and on the bottom where the wheels will bolt on, we'll also have a 2x4 frame. So we're going to cut up this 2x4. Again, we're going to go slightly wide, 5 or 10 mil, and then shave it down in the table saw later. And we're going to go for exactly 2.5 feet long, which is the ultimate width of the cart. So the piece of plywood we cut earlier, we're now going to cut into 2.5 foot lengths. We're actually going to leave it a hair long so we can trim the edges nice and flush later on. So here we have our first 2x4 frame. Out of the clamps, we will grab a sheet of plywood that we've already cut up and glue it on with some screws. So we now have a flush bit in the router. We're going to clean up these two edges, and then we'll run it through the table saw to clean up these two edges and get it down to exactly 18. So everything is cut to exact same width. We're ready to cut the back piece that'll keep it from wobbling once that planer is on top, because the planer is pretty heavy. And then we'll start assembling from the bottom and work our way up. We're going to have to trim the sides because lengthwise they're still a touch long. And the top piece I've also will have to be trimmed on the sides as well, but we'll do that once it's actually on top of the unit. Same with the sides, we'll get the 2x4 frame in and then trim with the router. So next step is to cut the back piece. So we have the back piece all cut up. Up marks up, so I don't get which sides mixed up. We're going to use biscuits on the top and bottom, and then use some screws in the side. We actually don't have access because the wood is too thick to put screws in on the top and the bottom, so we'll use biscuits to keep everything square and strong. we are. It's actually starting to look like a cart. We have the sides on, we have the back on, we have the frame, which the top shelf will sit on. It'll go in there, something like that. We're going to use the joiner down here to put some biscuits in the back and then push the top on. We'll then use the square to get this nice and level, and then router flush the sides because they should be sticking up about a 1/4 inch extra. So let's get to it. Well, we're getting close. Let's glue on the lid and router out all the edges and see how it turns out. So we've finished the top on the cart. We've router flushed the edges as well as routered in a nice curved finish on the edge. We're test fitting the planer on it right now. All the dimensions look good. The height, once we get some wheels on the cart, should be good as well. Seems plenty strong enough, although we still need a bit of corner bracing on the front, but that shouldn't be a big deal. And a coat of paint, and that should be it. So coming together nicely. Another hour or two worth of work and we should have it done. So just the finishing touches to put on the cart. We have the wheels here ready to go on. I will be offsetting them from the corners towards the center just a little bit to ensure we have enough room for washers, as well as to make sure we don't split the wood when we drill our holes. As well, all our 3D printed corner brackets are ready to go, and we'll be installing those there just like so to give the cart a little extra rigidity once the planer's on it. And with that said, let's get our tools out and get to work. I have an idea for a new project. I think I need my planer. I better go get it. Wow, that was pretty easy. I'm glad I built this cart for it. All in all, a very successful project. If you like the project, give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you'd like to see more projects just like it. And thanks for watching.